Hi, this is Steve Weissman, Master Pragmatist and Senior Sage at Holly Group, a consulting and training organization in content process and information management. Today, we'll take a quick look at how to select a vendor that's the best match for you, and we'll finish with a special offer that puts you on the road to deriving maximum total value from whichever one you choose by asking all the right questions right from the start. The challenge, of course, is that there are so many providers of so many good solutions that it's hard to know where to turn, or even how to get started in deciding where to turn. If you're like me, and I know I am, then one of your first steps is probably to visit the website of every vendor you've ever heard of. This is certainly a right thing to do, but it can be less than helpful because they so often use pretty much the same words and purport to do pretty much the same things. So you have to drill a little deeper to figure out who's really best at what, and how that maps to your particular situation. The trick to this is not only to ask a lot of questions, but to ask the right questions, and to do so before you issue your RFP. Here's where preparing an RFI, a request for information rather than a proposal, can really come in handy, for it affords you the opportunity to put a functional stake in the ground before engaging in the formality of a pre-purchase process. However you chunk it up, one of the more important buttons to push has to do with the background of the companies you're engaging with. Many times, organizations equate marketing noise with long experience, but you know as well as I do that issuing press releases is easy while satisfying customers is hard. So you want to find someone with some kind of a track record, or at the very least, a solidly demonstrable value proposition. Now, I'm not saying you should stay away from newer companies or older ones who are moving into your arena. They sometimes can end up giving you the biggest bang for your buck possible. But all things being equal, you probably want to give preference to an established player over one that may simply be a flash in the pan. As you dig down, you want to understand whether the particular provider can do everything you need it to do, or will be doing so in partnership with other organizations. Neither of these is either a right or a wrong answer, since both models can be very effective. But you want to know what you're getting into before you get into it, so that you can understand how to best manage the project, and which throat it is that you will be choking if and when something goes awry. Another large part of the equation is whether they've done what you need to have done before. And if they haven't, or have but only indirectly, can they do it now? The other side of this has to do with the results you can expect to receive. Doing something is one thing, but doing it in a way that actually improves your circumstances, that's quite another, and you want to push on this so everybody understands that you're looking to measurably solve a problem and not merely install a technology. And speaking of technology, don't forget to ask about their fundamental architecture so that you can gauge how well it fits with yours. This often comes up at a high level when Microsoft shops are presented with options from vendors whose offerings are based on some other stack, or vice versa. And lately, these conversations have cloud written all over them. Misset expectations or misunderstandings here at the beginning can be especially costly and troublesome at the end of your implementation, so you definitely want to spend time on this. And finally, there's the notion of organizational fit, which is similar to the technical fit we just touched upon, but has to do with the culture and mindset of the people you work with and for. I can't tell you how many times I've heard vendor reviews that basically say, "We loved their technology, but we couldn't stand their people," or "It felt more like we were working for them than they were working for us." Cases like these rarely result in warm, fuzzy implementations, and they nearly always diminish the value that's ultimately returned. Now, this doesn't mean those projects were complete and utter failures, only that they didn't do all they might have done to further the cause. But since it happens so often, I now count it as being fairly important as a vendor selection criterion, and so should you. Well, looks like we've run out of time, so let me close by saying that I very much hope you've gotten something out of this quick overview. If you'd like a little more, and here's the special offer I mentioned at the beginning, then hop on over to my website and take advantage of the ridiculous viewer special we're running on our exclusive guide, 26 Key Questions for Choosing a Vendor. It's a comprehensive checklist that breaks the 5 areas we discussed here into a number of specific items, and I hope you'll take full advantage of it starting today. The web page to go to is shown here, and it's the only place you can take advantage of this special deal. I've been told that the advice this guide contains can save tens of thousands of dollars in the long haul, but I'm happy to practically give it away because helping organizations make smart decisions, that's what I love to do. So thanks very much for watching, and do keep those cards and letters coming. My contact information is listed here as well, and I'm always glad to answer your questions or otherwise be of service. My name is Steve Weissman, and I'll see you next time.